Hi, it's Darnell with Wavell Recipes. Today I'm going to be cooking up some buckwheat flour pancakes in the Ninja Foodi dual heat air fry oven. Buckwheat flour is not wheat at all. It's really more of a vegetable. And so it's really easy as far as the glycemic index. It really digests well. It's not like a white flour. It's not that type of a carb. It's more of a vegetable type of a carb. So it's really healthful. And so I'm going to show you how to do some buckwheat flour pancakes right now. So let's go over the ingredients for this cook. I've got 1 cup of buckwheat flour there. I've got 1 tablespoon of a granulated sweetener. I use like a monk fruit erythritol blend thing, but use what suits you. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. I've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I've got 3/4 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 3 large eggs. I'm going to mix together my wet ingredients in this bowl, mix my dry ingredients in this bowl. And now that I've got my wet and dry ingredients together in their respective bowls, I'm going to start preheating the cooker before I mix them together. And I've got some extra light olive oil that I'll spray on the sear plate before I put the pancakes on, but I've got that plate on the bottom rack and we'll be using that as like our griddle. And so I'm hitting the dual heat function and I already have things set where I want them. I've got the griddle setting 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. And so hitting start, let that start preheating while I finish mixing the wet and dry ingredients together. And buckwheat flour, if you've never used it, you need to know that buckwheat flour is a lot more, I guess I can say, thirsty than regular like all-purpose flour and such. Buckwheat flour sucks in a lot more moisture than other types of flour, so that's something to keep in mind. You're not going to be able to use the same amount of ingredients you would use with your other flour recipes. You have to kind of learn to get used to buckwheat flour and its tendencies. So I'll just finish getting this mixed together, and once the preheat's done, we'll get the pancakes on in there. Alright, preheat's done. Gonna open up, slide this plate out as far as I can without dropping it, and spray my extra light olive oil on here. This thing's really nicely sprayed up, nice and non-stick. Now I'm going to take and try and pour out myself some pancakes. I might pour 3, 4, I don't know. Pour some in the back here. It's going to be a little messy, but as I always say, I'm sure you'll do better than I do. If I show you how it's done, you can definitely do it better. I might just have like one giant uni pancake with all this batter that I made. I can just pour it all out and just chop them up later or something. But let's see, we can get the rest of this out. Just pour it all in there. There we go. We'll get it out eventually. No need to rush. Take your time when you're cooking. Alright, we've got a whole bunch of pancakes going on there. So I'm going to close on up. And I guess I'll set the time back just to see if I can set it back to the full 8 minutes or so. I don't know if I need that, but I'll keep an eye on things and bring you back and we'll make adjustments as needed. So let things go for 2.5 minutes, and it looks like some of them are at the point they probably need a flip. So I'm opening up, and it looks like the undersides are probably done, but the top sides are still looking pretty, like uncooked on the top. So I'm just going to try and see what I can do to manipulate things. It looks like in the back we're definitely cooking hotter than we are in the front. I'm just trying to break up these pancakes here to be able to more easily flip them. There we go. Now I got 4 distinct pancakes, and see if I can flip without disturbing things too much. And I know someone's probably wondering, well, why didn't he just use a frying pan or a griddle or what have you? But you know, not everyone's in the same circumstance, and it's time to try something different for the sake of trying it different. And I like this way because it's a lot, in some ways just a lot more predictable and easy. But I'm going to let that continue to cook, and I'll bring you on back. So I've let things go for 4 minutes on this side, and I'm going to go ahead and just open up. I think they're done. I'm going to pause it right there, but just check them out real quick. So yeah, it looks like they're coming off pretty easy there. So I think they're done on both sides. Let's see if I can show you the bottom side there. So you can see the bottom side, the top side. They're all done. So I'm going to set some of them over on that plate over there, and these two are kind of joined together again. I'll put them on this plate here. So there we go. Get some of that extra bonus off here. Alright, so I could use a lot of condiments and such, but I just like to taste it straight for you on the taste test so you see how these taste by themselves after the recipe that I showed you. So we'll do a quick taste test. So thank God for some finished pancakes here. I'm just going to break a piece off one and do a taste. Alright, so buckwheat flour pancakes, they turn out pretty good. And as I mentioned, you just need a little bit more fluid, but they taste good and turn out well and much more healthful than regular flour pancakes for sure. So in the video description, link to a printable version of the recipe, lots of ways to help the channel in the video description, such as my cookbook, donations, merch, memberships, all that good stuff, referral link for the cooker, link to my Amazon shop, pay the same price, help the channel. And so with all of that said, if you did like the video, please do give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification icon, and good eating.